Hi, it's Richard Bromwell here from Charterhouse Auctioneers. We're going to have a bit of a walk and a talk and a run through some of the fantastic vintage and classic motorcycles coming up in our auction on Wednesday the 30th of June at Haynes International Motor Museum. First up, this is one of my favourite lots in the auction, so I might as well start with it. It's a 1936, the Velocette KTS, super condition. This great looking bike, isn't it? And that's around about the sort of the £9,000 to £10,000. Also in the black, I suppose, is this 1947 Vincent, the HRD Rapide. It's got a Watsonian GP sidecar with it. Long-term ownership. This has been owned by the vendor since 1965. And yes, that's actually a little bit older than I am. Fantastic matching numbers. Great condition. There we go. Lovely and original bike there. And that's estimated between sort of 30 and 35,000. Another great bike, certainly at the outset, is this 53 BSA DBD 34 Gold Star. However, when you actually look at it closely, and some of you probably noticed this already, it's actually got a BB32 frame on it. So as a result, that's estimated around about sort of the £8,000 to £10,000. But sort of in the auction, we always like to be sort of interesting, and this is certainly a bit of fun, isn't it? It's a 1954 BSA Winged Wheel. What more could you possibly want just for sort of whizzing down to the pub or the post office on a Sunday lunchtime for a pint and a newspaper? We've got a huge selection of Triumphs, and actually this is a Triumph T100. This was a 1955 one, and actually rather bizarrely, we've got not one, not two, not three. We've actually got 4 T100. So if a T100 is on your shopping list, we've certainly got a great selection for you there. And another great looking bike, I said to be into sort of black bikes at the moment, is this 1959 Velocette Venom Clubman. Again, beautifully presented bike, and that's estimated between sort of 8,000 and 10,000. We've had a lot of interest in that one already. Another bike here, the Triton 500 says 1960, and again, this was actually originally sort of made for racing, and is now sort of converted for road use, and this one is estimated again around about sort of the £9,000 to £10,000. Another great star lot here, the 62, the BSA Rocket Gold Star. This is, yes, it is an original Rocket Gold Star. It's not been put together, and estimated between sort of £18,000 and £22,000. Again, we've got quite a number of bikes from this collection coming in for sale. And the next one also, this 63, the Triumph Tiger Club TR, Tiger Cub TR, and this one is, he's actually also got 2 Tiger Cubs from the same collection, so those are always very nice to see. And still on the trial section here, you've got a 65 matchless, the CS, the Matisse, here we go. Again, that's a beautiful looking bike and should do probably in the region of around about the £10,000. Now, in the auctions, I would say earlier on, we do like them to be interesting, and this is something which I've never actually seen in my life before. It's a 1967 Triumph Trackmaster, obviously for the American market, rare to see on these shores. Not an easy thing to value, but I think we've got around about the sort of the £7,000 to £8,000 on that, so certainly a little bit different. Again, still on the different here is a little 1969 Honda Z1A, the K16. Here we go, the little monkey bike. And again, they're always popular, aren't they? The sort of thing which you can put in the back of your Land Rover and go and have some fun in. Keep in the kitchen, keep in the hallway, and the wife probably won't complain about that too much. Certainly, this big Japanese in 1971, the Honda CB 750, the K1, again, beautifully presented bike here. And again, the sort of the start of the invasion of Japanese superbikes, and that one's estimated around about the sort of £9,500 to sort of £10,500. And a contemporary over here, again from 1971, is the Norton 750 Commando Fastback. Again, a very clean looking bike that come up from a client down in Devon, and that's around about sort of £8,000 to £10,000. Now, one thing which has been hugely popular up on social media has been this 1972 Ducati 24 Hours or Hours or whatever you want to call it. There we go. A hugely popular bike. Very well presented. Again, beautiful restoration on it here. Long-term restoration. And in fact, we've had a couple of Ducatis in from this owner sort of over the years as well. So that's a great looking bike. And again, another great Italian bike here. This time a 73 Laverda, the 750, the SF1 here. Again, sort of £6,000 or £7,000. Quite sort of sensibly estimated, I think. I think that should do very well. And another great favourite, partially because it's actually painted in yellow, is a 74 Ducati 750 Sport. Long-term ownership, on this one. I think the owner's had it since about 1978. I think he actually acquired it. Long-term ownership. It's matching numbers. It's low ownership. It's low miles, and it's a high price of 28 to sort of £30,000. But again, we've had a lot of people showing a lot of interest in this one already. Moving on to the Kawasaki again, we've got a number of Kawasaki's. Z1A, here we are, again, beautifully presented. And we've got a lot of sort of big Kawasaki and Honda sports bikes from the early 70s in the sale. More my area, the 76, the Honda Rexella, the 125. So we used to rag around these in the fields. And, not an expensive bike, this. It's around about sort of £1,200 to £1,500, and I'm sure there'll be plenty of takers for that one here. Moving on back onto the big boys again, we've got the 78 Moto Guzzi. It's a Le Mans here. The 850, which has actually been increased to 950, and again, beautifully presented. It's been fully restored when it was out in America by specialists. Here we go. An estimate on that, I think, is around about sort of £9,000 or £10,000. And this BMW here, this is the RS100 RS. Again, possibly one of the best presented bikes in the auction. Super low miles on this one. It's been owned by two friends, and sadly the second friend is now suffering ill health. And look at the way he's actually shoehorned it into his workshop there. I absolutely love that. It's original, even down to the first aid kit, and estimated on that is around about the sort of the £10,000. If I say a little bit cheaper and a bit more fun, we've got some couple of track days and race bikes. Here we got the Honda and the Suzuki's. Here we go. Again, they're sort of from a collection of racing bikes. So we've got a broad selection of mopeds and racers and bits and pieces. Still on the racing, but for the road this time, we've got the 1997 Ducati 748. And this one here is from the Seat Estate down in Devon, estimated around about sort of £3,500 to £4,500. And the way that people are talking, there's been a lot of interest in that, and I think that'll do well. Also, again, I like this. You know I'm going to like this because it's yellow. Is a 2003, the Ducati 999 Monoposter. It's a special order, carbon fibre bits and pieces. Again, beautifully presented bike from a collection down in Devon, this one. An estimate on that, I think, is around about sort of the £8,000 to £9,000. Again, a cheaper one here, the 2004, the Kawasaki KS750 motorcycle and sidecar. There we go, that's a bit of fun. Reserve on that, just about £2,500 to £3,000, I think, on that. So, again, we've got bikes expensive and not so expensive and sort of fun and weird and wacky. And now this one certainly took my eye, the Wadkin Snaith Brooklyn Sprint Special. All made from scratch by Carl Wadkin Snaith, a very well-known and famous engineer. He's made absolutely everything. No computer technology on it. Absolutely stunning. And the Brooklyn's Sprint Special estimated around about the £18,000 to £20,000. And that's a lot cheaper than buying a lot of paintings you can put up on the wall, isn't it? And finally here, the 2018, the Manx Norvin. What a motorbike. And this has won numerous awards. It's been in magazine features, and it's never actually been ridden. So actually, it needs a bit of recommissioning work. Absolutely amazing that. But the 2018 Max Norvin, that's on the front cover of the catalogue because it's such a beautiful looking and well detailed bike here. And the estimate on that is between sort of £43,000 and £45,000. So there's a bit of a quick sort of jog through some of the 99 classic and vintage motorcycles and combinations that we've got coming up in the auction. And maybe we'll see you at the sale.